So it ensures that web documents adhere to the rules and standards defined by the World Wide Web Consortium, that's the W3C. So validation checks for syntax errors, structural issues, okay, and it checks the HTML specifications as well. So for instance, if you open a tag and if you did not close that tag, and if that tag is expected to come with a closing tag, right? If you validate your HTML document, it's going to catch that error. So remember, syntax error and the structural issues that you have in your HTML, as well as the HTML specifications. So why validate HTML? First, it improves code quality. Also, it ensures cross-browser compatibility, and it enhances accessibility and boosts SEO. That's a search engine optimization. All right. So validation methods. So we have different methods that we can validate our HTML documents. So we have the official tool by W3C to validate HTML documents. You can enter the URL or upload the file to check for errors. That's your HTML document, right? So there is a link. So I'm going to show us how to do that shortly. This is validator.w3.org. You can visit this link and upload your HTML document to see if your document is okay, the code quality is okay, and if you can as well see if search engine can optimize your code based on what you've written. All right, and then browser developer tools. Yes, we have the developer tool of the browser. You can use that as well to check your code or to validate your HTML code. All right, then types of errors checked. We have the syntax errors, right? So missing tags, if you have some missing tags or incorrect attribute values. Okay, so these are what we call syntax error. Then we have structural issues. So incorrect nesting of elements, misuse of HTML tags. These are structural issues. Then our deprecated elements, use of outdated HTML elements or attributes. All right, and then accessibility issues. So missing alt attributes for images, incorrect form labels, and so on and so forth. All right, so if you use the img tag without the alt attributes, if you try validating such document, it's going to throw an error, right? So benefits of HTML validation, obviously it improves compatibility, enhanced accessibility, code maintainability, and SEO benefit as well, right? And then best practices, validate regularly. So whenever you're writing your HTML document, you validate, and if you revisit that same document, probably you add more code to it. You still need to validate it to ensure that you are writing your HTML the way you're supposed to write it, and then use doc type declaration. So that's the first line in every HTML document. So include a correct doc type declaration at the beginning of HTML documents. Then we also have the fix errors, address validation errors promptly to maintain code quality. So let's see how we can navigate, validate our HTML documents using the validator.w3.org website. So let's validate this our semantic tag that semantic HTML that we just wrote now. So validator.w3.org. So I use this to validate my document. So here is the interface of the site. Yeah, sure. It's recorded. So you can paste the URL. As if you have it hosted somewhere, you can paste the URI. So I'm going to use this option, validate by file upload. So I'm going to upload my file. So I'll click this, then select this. I'm going to click on this button to choose file. So this will display this dialog box where I can now search for the document, for the HTML document that I want to validate. So I'm going to locate the document. So that should be semantics, and then Let's go for index. So I'm going to open this. So you can see index.html, and then you click on check. It's loading. I think everything is good. Everything is good. So as you can see, document checking completed. No errors or warnings to show. Now I'm going to introduce a few bugs or few errors in my HTML document. We're going to do that together. At first, I will create an image, img tag. Let's say img tag somewhere around here. This could be the image of the author. I'll say img without the alt. I'll remove the alt. Okay, I will save this. I will leave the src the way it is right now without value, and then I will create inside this first section. I'm going to create another paragraph and say this is a I would like to wrap this text inside a strong element cut strong. This is spelling, and then done this. But then I will close the child element outside of the parent element. So we all agree that this is wrong, right? This markup is not correct, basically. In fact, you can see my prettier has already signaled me that there is an error somewhere in my code, right? So this is a strong, because this closing tag is meant to be inside of the P element, because this P element is considered as the parent element of strong elements. So I think we have this error here. We have this as well. Okay, now let's revalidate our document. I will head back to the site again. So we go back. Let's see. I will check. Good. One error. Bad value for attribute src on element img must be non-empty. So which means src is not meant to be empty, because in this way no image will be displayed on the screen. And remember, there are some online users that rely on screen readers, especially for alt attributes, which is the next error. Look at this next error, number 4. An img element must have an alt attribute except under certain conditions. All right. So some online users rely on screen readers to to experience what is going on the web. So in that case, when the screen reader is reading the content, when it gets to the message or the img tag, it's going to read the alt attribute for the online visitor to know what that image is all about. All right. So we have another one. We have this error it's seen, but there were open elements from line 39. So it will actually indicate the line of code. Look at the first error from line 28. So let's look at our line 28. What is there? Line 28. And this is it, line 28, this img tag, where the validator complained about the src attribute being empty. So this has to be a non-empty attribute. All right. Then the next one, the same line 28. So this was complaining about the alt attribute, the alt attribute, right? And then next one says what? End tag p seen, but there were open elements from line 39. Okay, which is strong. You can see. So line 39, we have unclosed element strong from line 39. Let's look at it again. 39. Unclosed. To actually understand that a tag was open, a strong element was open. So the validator was actually expecting what? A closing tag before the p closing tag, and of which we have this closing tag outside of the p closing tag. So this is actually wrong, basically. Even though your code may actually work, but this is actually wrong. All right. So I will head back again and see. So this is a strong. So it's actually telling you that line of code and where the error is coming from. And then lastly, we have what? No strong element in scope, but a strong end tag seen. So no strong element in what? In scope, but a strong end tag seen. So which is this end or closing tag for strong. So we're going to correct it now. Let's see. I'm going to correct this. Paste. Okay, great. And then this SRC, I'm going to get an art, save. So let me quickly fetch an image. Media, photo, okay, photo. And then we have scutibets underscore color. So quickly I will head back to our document, which is the semantics. And then I will paste this. Just want to revalidate our document to ensure that we don't have any error again. So I'm going to pass the path. So scutibets underscore color.png. So I'm going to call this community birthday card. Save validator. We go back and validate again. So check. Now let's check. Great. So document check-in completed. No errors or warning to show.